Artillery is only as effective as its forward observers and their ability to get it on target and make adjustments quickly. In today's video, we're actually experimenting with that, being the forward observer on a aggressive push up on Cav Hill, taking out an artillery position, and AA, as well as later on being a little bit more of a sniper support role. But for this first section, we're going to show how using multiple observers helps you dial in when you're putting mortar rounds into an area you can't get in a downward view into to specifically walk the mortars around. Later on, I actually show you guys what using the ladder and getting up in a tree does, because you can actually have the height where you can look down into points and dial very specifically, which is how you can be an effective forward observer by yourself. Now, you'll see right here, we have Donnie and me moving, so we are on far sides of the point from each other. And what this gives us is an adjustment where if I see that they're overshooting on my side, I can walk it back onto the point, and vice versa for Donnie. Now, we had previously seen some individuals popping up over the wall here, and so we start walking him over to this corner. He a little bit overshoots, so I make an adjustment, and one of the things I do, you'll see, is I whip out the compass, double check the angle for the adjustment, and give him an approximate east. Walk those mortars 50 meters east. East-southeast. This is very important because what I'm trying to do is adjust right on top of the enemy, and once we actually get up there, you'll see through these micro adjustments that we were doing, we actually end up hitting their command truck and wiping out all of the guys that were defending this area. What channel you want on? Once we're pretty confident we soften up the area, I actually run up and take out my shovel and start digging down multiple areas, just to make sure that if we get taken down from our final approach point, that we do still have other ways in that they aren't aware of. So I do this in about 3 positions, and then I actually finish off right next to a bunker and make it so we can jump the wall. And right here's the moment that actually one of the mortars hits directly on top of the command unit and actually takes out that truck, which is amazing for us because now we know that they have to get another one up here before they can start building. Once we call ceasefire on the artillery, we push in and we're actually able to clear it. We were able to work with our mortar guy and clear out all the enemy. We didn't have to fire a single shot. Now, once we clear this, we actually run around and C4 all the AA and the mortars. And later on, our mortar guy ends up coming up here and rebuilding it for him to use, which was kind of funny. All right. Now, this next section is all about being a nuisance on one point, trying to distract everyone and keep a lot of guys here. So what I end up doing is climbing a tree and adjusting the mortar fire by myself. And then I do start shooting at people to try and keep them in the area. The problem with that was I got a little too bold and I shot in a different section of the zone, and so they were finally able to triangulate where I was, and I got shot out of the tree about 40 seconds later, which is what happens when you get a little too bold. Right off the bat, this first section is where having a second forward observer, probably to my north, so that way they could see into the point and make the first adjustment, would have been helpful. However, we were able to get it once I started seeing where the trees were falling down. You're hitting good. Move it about 50 east and 20 north. I'm actually using the mortar fire to cover up my shots, especially with the about 150, 200 meters I'm at. Correction, they're moving into that tree line. Keep it coming. Just walk it about 50 east. Now, those micro adjustments that I keep giving him are also very important because the enemy is using this series of trenches to try and hide in and move around the map. So by constantly hitting them and moving it throughout them, it helps us keep them pinned here. I'm betting he started popping people if they're dug in. Oh yeah, that was perfect. This is where it gets fun doing this. You start watching them walk right where you want them. Eventually, when the mortars are getting perfectly on target, you start getting people trying to squirrel out, and you get opportunities like this. So I start corralling the north end from this angle, and I'm keeping people toward the trenches by doing this. Go ahead and work those mortars about 100 meters north. 100 meters north on the mortars. They started reacting to where you were placing them. Man, he's walking them. This is exactly how like spotting should be. You just like get to walk them right up to people. There we go. Oh. Oh, yeah. If he's in that trench, he's a fucking terrified man. Now, the other part of this being a forward observer is you give information to other people as they push in. And also, you tell your mortars when to cease or change because of last friendlies. We got friendlies working in. Oh, I just watched you nail a guy. That was awesome. There's more in that trench. Oh man, this is... this feel a little mean. And when you're sniping, this is a moment that makes you feel really good when they decide they need to smoke out the entire point. We had too many people too close to continue the mortar fire, so I was just doing sniper support, but this was hilarious. Jeez. I think I've terrified these boys a little bit. This is hilarious from my perspective. And this is the moment I mess up. I thought I had a clear, good, easy shot, and I mess up, and it ends up getting me. And it actually only took them about 15 seconds, not the 40 I thought. I got so many of them. To cap the whole thing off, we actually have the guy who got me climb the tree, and then our mech unit moved up right under him and was calling him out, which is hilarious. Especially because I didn't even think to look in the tree when he was calling him out. John, I see you. Where is he? Got him. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a blast to do, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Please subscribe so you get notification when it goes live. Also, I've started streaming on Kick. Being regular is a little difficult, but mostly I'm looking at Mondays and Fridays with the occasional Sunday. So if you want to hit me up there, link is in the description.